Join us as we head to our Australian Cup matchup with Melbourne Knights versus Heidelberg United. Now, this is our first time going to an MPL match, quality-wise anyway, in an MPL stadium in Melbourne Knights, and Knights Stadium was great. One of the best experiences we've had at football. Here's us getting our tickets before we looked at the pitch. Heidelberg were training at the time, but otherwise we're just taking in the whole stadium. While the club atmosphere was definitely different to going to an A-League match, it was still really good to look at. I got to see Sean Ellis underway in training, one of the ex-Team of the Week players, as the rest of the fans came in getting ready to start the match. We're just waiting for them to get out there a little bit early. As some teams came out and got their little bit of time in the sunshine before kickoff happened and Heidelberg booted it forward. Heidelberg were first to score in this match and they were looking very dangerous in the opening few minutes. Knights also had very good chances, but 20th minute in, Heidelberg would get a penalty converted by their captain, and then they'd score a second only 5 minutes later. And it was a 2-0 lead to Heidelberg. And at this stage, Heidelberg looked like they could have gone on and probably scored 4. But then something changed from this moment, and Melbourne Knights first would get one back before the end of the half. And then they would just continue to attack. They'd seem to find a way to stop Heidelberg, because Heidelberg just getting up the wing the whole time. But in the end, a half-time 2-1 to Heidelberg. Knights probably looking more likely to come back into it. They came back out for the second half, looking pretty invigorated. And as the second half got underway, it wasn't long before Anthony Lesiotis got a red card, ex-Victory player, ex-C player, getting sent off. And at this point, Melbourne Knights took over. Now, it doesn't say Heidelberg didn't have any chances, but unfortunately, this pylon was in the way, so we couldn't get great footage of it. But then Melbourne Knights would get one back around the 80th minute. Took them a while, but eventually getting there. The fans were going nuts. They were using a safety cone as a drumstick. And then they were just continuing to pile on the pressure. Just couldn't get that final touch when they needed it until late on. And eventually, in the 92nd or 3rd minute, they score a great goal. And they rushed into the fans, and the fans instantly greeted them and toppled the fence, and it was crazy. You probably hear us laughing in the background. We were just perplexed by what just happened. Poor cameraman, by the way, having to stand there behind that. But the fans were crazy. They were chanting. Eventually, they got it back up with the help of most of the fans who crushed it. And then Knights got back out, and they just held out for the rest of the game. It wasn't looking like Heidelberg were going to score anyway. And eventually, the fans chanting. It was amazing atmosphere for 2,600 people. It was an amazing atmosphere. Heidelberg couldn't get the job done. Their fans nearly stayed to the end, but by the time the third goal went in, they were out of their seats. And Melbourne Knights moved through to the next round of the Australia Cup, into the semi-finals. And they take on Brisbane at Knights Stadium. So look forward to us doing another video at Knights Stadium. This time, we'll be trying doing a scout report live at the game. Otherwise, though, we just took in the rest of the atmosphere for a few minutes. And it was just something really to behold. The fans were going nuts. They were singing, and eventually, probably see here, so the fans starting to leave, and we had to join them soon as we had other stuff to do. Anyway, see you next time.